I'm Chelene Nightingale, and I'm running for governor in the state of California under the American Independent ticket. Before running for governor, I was a Ron Paul supporter, Campaign for Liberty. In fact, a lot of people may not know this. I was actually invited by his campaign to endorse him, to meet with him, and I did in Las Vegas. And of course, I left endorsing him because the man is brilliant. Before that, I was a political activist for SaveOurState.org.
Can you tell us a little bit about SaveOurState.org?
Yeah, SaveOurState.org no longer exists, unfortunately, because the founder now works in government and I am now running for office, so I didn't want to do both. But SaveOurState.org was about securing our borders. And in fact, before Save Our State, was not politically active whatsoever. And when I did become politically active, that was the issue I started with. But then I learned about the North American Union, and then I met Aaron Russo, and then I learned about the Federal Reserve, and just waking up on one issue. If you are open to it, will take you to all the other issues. You just have to stay aware and be educated. It's all just this one government trying to destroy and dismantle our countries and establish these unions worldwide, the European Union, the North American Union, the Asian Union. So it's, they have to stop watching American Idol, and they need to get out and start paying attention to what is happening in our country. Google the Bilderbergs, Google Council on Foreign Relations, watch America, Freedom to Fascism. You'll get an education very quickly. Liberty, as I think it was James Madison who stated, the first sign of our liberties is being experimented. We needed to sound the alarm. That alarm was sounded long ago, and we have to pay attention. It's like a fire. If you have a fire and you're sitting right next to it, are you going to run away? Are you going to walk into it? Or are you just going to keep sitting there? Most Americans are just sitting there. The fire, it's burning. We're burning. And if I sound alarmist, good, because that's what it takes. We need to get out there and make things happen because we're fighting for freedom.
What's your plan to take back California on a local level? What are the big issues?
Absolutely. One of the biggest issues is AB 32, which is the so-called global warming solutions, which CARB. We need to abolish that altogether. It's decimating business, too much regulation. We need to go to limited government, which for me also means part-time legislature. We need to stop them introducing more regulations into our state. I also am for ending the Federal Reserve. I'm not for a centralized bank system, but I am for states' sovereignty. And therefore, I am looking into, and Dr. Stanley Monteith is actually the one who introduced this concept to me, is to have a state bank that is ran on a sound money system. So we're going to explore that. I also, the water issue, the Delta pumps, that's purposely being done. To actually think there's real environmentalists that think that smelt are more important than agriculture and land, that's ridiculous. It's propaganda. Those pumps, it's to turn it off, to decimate our agriculture, basically destroy our state. We're going to get over $2 billion in revenue for that. So we need to turn the Delta pump water, back on and get the agriculture growing again. Because where are we going to get our food anyway? Where are they trying to lead us? You have to remember, the state of California is the 8th largest economy in the world. There's money. This state, we definitely have our own state sovereignty. We have the resources. We have oil. We have agriculture. We have different various industries, technical industry, the Hollywood industry. There's money right here. This is a state, such a beautiful state. Everybody would want to come here with their business. Unfortunately, we've scared them away with our two big government systems. It doesn't matter, Democrat, Republican, getting into the governor house, and then they introduce with that big full-time legislature more taxes, more regulations. So what happens? Businesses leave. I know my husband and I, we are small business owners, and we can't afford it, and so people are struggling. It doesn't need to be that way. So we need to put the government back into the hands of the people. back to us regulating everything, back to us bringing business and being self-sufficient the way that our founding fathers wanted us to be. They were for us to have our individual rights and to work and to create things, a free market society, and we need to get back to that here in the state of California.
Some of the things that you mentioned seem to kind of border on the whole Agenda 21 thing.
I was asked about Agenda 21 the last time too, and I promised Michael that I would look into it more. And I have to admit, we've been so busy, I have not. So I can't intelligently talk about it. I know that I am on the side that you're on, but I need to go educate myself better.
Do you want me to send you the book?
Yeah, you know what? Would you please? Because please, I would love
Say
to.
hi to my friend Manny. He's a really big fan of yours.
Oh yes, hi Manny.
Thank you.
How are you? You should have been here.
Yes, he had to work.
Oh well, you know what? I understand that. So next time, okay?
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else? What's your message to, to Californians and the American people? Because it seems like your best interest is what's best for
Absolutely.
America.
We the people, if we do not fight, we are going for our liberty and our freedom. We're going to live under tyranny. Okay? This is the fire. This is urgent. There is an agenda, and the agenda is not for the people. Look around. Earlier today, we had somebody who drove from Virginia all the way here, and they said as they were coming across the United States, they didn't see for sale signs or bankruptcy signs or out of business signs. The gas was inexpensive. They came to California, out of business, foreclosed, bankruptcy. What happens in California will spread to the rest of the country. You have to pay attention. Paying attention to American Idol is not going to help you save this country. And one day you're going to have to look at your children and tell them why you didn't help fight for their sovereignty, their future. Don't let this continue to happen. Liberty is ever vigilant. Ever vigilant. So get out and vote for Liberty candidates and stop with the party loyalty. Party loyalty is not the Constitution. The Constitution is nonpartisan. So get back to the roots of the Constitution, realize that we need to vote for liberty, not party.
Would you like to talk a little bit about the importance of the 10th Amendment?
Absolutely. And I know that there's a movement now to go against us on that because the federal government wants to have power over the states, and that's not the way that the Bill of Rights was written. The 10th Amendment, which, by the way, every American should read the Bill of Rights so they understand what their individual rights are. The 10th Amendment was for state rights. The federal government was never supposed to have the power over the states. We were supposed to have the rights over, so we had our own sovereignty. So it's very important. The 50 United States should each have their own sovereignty. We come together when it comes to issues of security, national security, but not in anything else. The federal government has completely overstepped their bounds with their power. And the states are supposed to have their own power. You know what, you can, if you're looking at this and you think, oh, she's a little crazy or she's a little right wing or left wing or whatever, stop. You have to get out and educate, and you have to understand that social issues are dividing us. We got to stop that the Constitution is nonpartisan. That is what unites us. We have to get back to those basics. And that's what I have to say. We have to be united. It's called the United States of America, not the divided States of America.
One more question. What do you think about AB 962?
Is that the ammunition one? That is unconstitutional. I called the governor's office on that numerous times. That's overstepping the bounds. I was raised in my father is probably one of the strongest 2A people I've ever known. I was raised in a very strong 2A home. They're trying to get around it by saying, well, we're not taking away your guns, we're just taking, basically making it more difficult for the ammunition. That's still overstepping their bounds. The founding fathers, it wasn't even just the right to bear arms. They really wanted everybody. It was mandatory.
Like in Switzerland.
Exactly, like in Switzerland. We need to go back to that. Trying to make it almost like you're a criminal just to buy ammunition. And if you've noticed, ammunition is harder to buy. Ammunition, there's companies that are moving out of California because they don't want to adhere to that ridiculous, unconstitutional bill. If I'm in office, it's abolished. It's whatever needs to be done. We have to be really courageous. And in order to fight liberty, that may mean jail time. whatever it takes, because we're fighting for the future of individuals. But no, people should have the right to bear arms and right to buy ammunition without going through fingerprinting and waiting. Absolutely nonsense. And the Fed! And the Fed! And the Fed! And the Fed!
Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
We are born free, we will live free, and we will die free.